how I will create the revolution system. So I am using Blender. Like this is Blender, and it's currently rendering an explosion for me. And I converted all these explosion files with a transparent background into a animated PNG graphics. The graphics is like 11 megabytes, so pretty big. And before I will insert it into our big map, I want to show you a trick that I found out. So in the moment I am letting the thing disappear, but instead of disappearing I can also like change the size of the drone. So let's at first change the animations. Let's find our console window. Here is it. Here it is. Okay, so instead of using opacity, I'm using scale. Transform scale. Transform scale. That's correct. So, and the same for this one. Transform scale. Let's test. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, and on the map it should look the same. Okay, that's great. But I will set it to 0.3 instead of 0.0. It should make it more clear that the airship is not indefinitely small. Okay. A commit drone start landing. Okay. Second thing I want to change is the revolution system. So if you don't possess any land, you should be able to even then be an attacker of to a country. So attacker, a country my is the type. So like country has a type country my, and country my must have a default value like revolution. And in case of a revolution, I can, without possessing any country, fight against the other country, but in this case the country owner will get the money from the revolution, so it stays fair. So every money you put into the revolution will also get to the defender, so he can defend his country. Okay, so we should Now compile it. By the way, I think I can shut down Blender now. So, okay. Compilation done. Now let's take a look if I have an upcoming battle and I want to create a new attack. I can say, okay, it's a revolution against Nagersdorf. Great. And in this case, the thing is, it won't find, where is Nagersdorf? Here we have Nagersdorf. We want to revolutionize, so the render method is rendering own a SQL join. So where do we have it? Here we have countries, and in this attack query we are joining the attack country A. But what if country A is is null? So if we have a revolutions, there I paste the code again, but this time attack we don't have an AX, Y, Z and so on, but instead of this we have the map coordinates, so like X, Y, W, H. Select the username of the attacker, so we have to say country .x, Y, Z, Y, W, and H, the username of the attack, then attack, battle, and country, and instead of having A and B, we say attack dot battle is battle ID, attack dot attacker is null, and attack dot defender is country dot ID. Battle date is greater than timestamp. Okay. Now, instead of a drone, we are now printing a map tile. So remove all the drone code. Having X, Y, W and so on. The name. And now the URL is tables router attack, view URL with attack ID, country is attack X, attack Y, attack W and attack H. HTML entities country name is attack name. Attack name and attack name. So, and in the style sheet, I have display block, text align, center, color, and so on, RGBA, position, absolute. Now we have to set a background. Background, URL, image fire.png. So also import fire. Next one, printf URL fire. Background size is contain, yes, contain background size, contain background repeat, no repeat. Let's test it out. Import file SVG. It's not SVG, it's PNG. So let's test it out. And there we have a revolution in Neugersdorf. Great, 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 great. So, we have an attack. I love it. Okay, we have an attack in Neugersdorf, and of course now we have to change the logic a bit. The map detail view, not, of course, should also attack. If attack, then and so on. Else fetch the attack from this query. Fetch PDO, fetch ASOC. So attack. Now we can clone the map tile part for printf. So echoes printf URL map, position left, top, and so on. Instead of data, we say attack w, attack h, attack x, and attack y. And of course our diff is not closing, but instead we say echo diff is closing here. And now we have our diff style background, URL fire PNG, background size contain, background repeat no repeat, display block, position absolute, left 0 pixels, right 0 pixel, top 0 pixel, and bottom also 0 pixel. Cursor is not a pointer. We also have a title. But we don't have a text in it. Test it out, and there we should have a proper view of a revolution attack. And we forgot to position it relatively. So our surrounding map must be position relative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is our attack preview of a revolution. Then let's see if the attack preview of a drone attack still works. And seems to work. Great. So we have two types of attacks now. Okay, haha. Let's commit the whole thing. Git status. Git add data file. And our div, we added a type revolution and we added some render methods for a revolutionary attack. And we also changed the drone landing and starting. Revolution attack system. So that's it for today. And next time we will start, we are able to start working on the auction system to get actually to prioritize fights. And before we prioritize fights, we could already do like a like adding the result of a fight and then taking over the country. Okay.